Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'll get you acquainted with the datasets, casting, and will give you more knowledge about strings and integers. So I've got this image from W3 Schools. You must check their website. It's very informative. I'll given the link in the description. So we have got a list of examples and data types. So we have already discussed about strings, same with integers. Integers are the values without any decimal places from negative to positive including zeros. And floats are the values which includes a decimal place. So guys, we have got 4 arrays in this list, which are list, tuples, dictionaries and set. So first let's start with list, but we'll discuss more about them in the future videos, so you need not to get scared about that. So list is a collection of data which is alterable, which means I can append, delete or replace something in it. Tuples are exactly the same, but we can't alter them at all. They are also data collections, but they are non-alterable. Dictionary is a data set of key value pair. Means here the name is the key and the John is the value. Age is the key and 36 is the value. And each key value pair is separated by a comma. A set is a unique data. Each item in it can only come once. Means if I write apple 2 times and print out the X, then it will show me apple only 1 time. So guys, we have got a range and a boolean. So we'll discuss some methods of range, and boolean is a data set which includes only true and false. And the first letter of true is uppercase here, so is with false. Now let's try them in Python idle. I'll just quickly make a new window with Control N, split the screen, and I firstly have to save. It's a data sets and casting, and here it's saved. So let's define all of the things which we mentioned just now. So let's define a string. I'll name it as string. This is a string. Next, let's define an integer. So I'll say int. So guys, I have kept the I of the integer uppercase, because if I make it lowercase, then it's a function and we cannot assign a value to a function. So integer, and let's say it's 99, and let's define a float, and the float will be, and same I'm doing with the float, and I'm keeping the first letter of the float, that is F, as uppercase, because float is also a function, and I'll keep it 99.99. Next, let's define a list. So how do we define a list? We just have to write list, and we have to start a list with 2 square brackets, and after that we can define as many things as we want. Like I can say a string apple, I can define a number in it, let's say 99 and 0.9, and I can again define apple. So after I've done that, I can just define a tuple, and for a tuple you have to open and close parentheses, and you can do the same in it. Now I can define a dictionary. Now you need to listen carefully. Now I'll say dictionary, and I have to open and close curly braces, and in it, remember I said that dictionary consists of key value pairs. So a key here will be, let's say, name, and the value, for the value you have to put a colon between them, and value, let's say my name Navneet. And to separate 2 key value pairs, we have to write a comma, and after comma I can say age colon, and we can put an integer here, so that's 14. So next, let's define a set. For a set, I'll say set and two curly braces, and let's say I copy this. So remember I said a set can only have an item once, means it's a unique list, so we can't have a same item twice. So when we'll printing out the set, the apple will only come once. You will see soon. So let's define a boolean. True. We can say, let's say, player alive. So we can set that to true. Now let's try printing in the mount. Let me copy this. So I can write here string. I can write here integer, int. I can also write here float. Now for a list, though I can print out the list, but if I want to print out a specific element in the list, like let's say apple 99 0.9, I have to get that index of the items. So index starts from 0, so apple's index will be 0, then 1, then 2, and then 3. Though there are 4 elements in the list, but as it starts from 0, there will be indexing up to 3. So how to print them out? We can just write the name of the array, which is list in our case, open and close square brackets, and let's say we want to print out apple. So apple is at index 0, so we'll write 0, and that's all done. Now let's print out the tuple. So same is the case for tuple. We can open and close square. Let's say print out the second element, that is 934, which is at index 1. Now after that we can print a dictionary. Now in dictionary, if I want to get the value pair, that is Navneet, I have to write the name of the key, that is name. So I can simply what do here is I'll write the name of the dictionary, that is dict, open and close square brackets, and I'll have to pass the name of the key. I'll copy it, paste it. Now this will give me Navneet. So what I'll do it now is I'll concatenate them. I'll say dict, and I'll also get the age. So but now see that the name is a string, the value of the name is a string, and this is an integer. Now in the previous video I made you do this by converting the integer into a string. So remember how do we do that? You just simply write str here and here. So now this age is converted into a string, that is 14. So we could also do other thing, that we can just make this a string, but you know that's not how coding works. So it's a healthier way to convert a string like this. So I'll turn it back to 14. So now it's a string, and now we can concatenate them. So next thing is I just want to print out the set. Oh sorry, print set. Now you'll see that the apple will be printed only once. I'll print out the player alive. Now let's try running it. Now you see the first item which is printed is this is a string, which is here string, and its value was this is a string. Second is 99, because integer was 99, so is 99.99 because the float was 99.99. Now the third thing is list 0. So at index 0 the list had the item apple, so apple is printed out. The tuple at the index 1, which is 0 1 934, so 934 is printed out. Now in this case dictionary, so I have passed the dictionary with the key name. So value of the name is Navneet. So Navneet is printed out. I have put a space after Navneet so that there's a spacing between Navneet and 14. And same is done with age. And in the set, there were 2 apples, but only 1 apple is printed out because a set is a unique set of pair. Print player alive. So player alive is true and that's true. So let's try printing out the data types. So I'll just say type and close it. So here I've quickly written out the type in front of all of them, and make sure to remove this 0 because the element at 0 is apple, which is a string, so it will print out the string type. So we just have to remove it. And now if we try running it, it says string because the first was string, second is an integer because it was 99, third is a float, fourth is a list, fifth is a tuple, sixth is a dictionary, seventh is a set, and fifth is a boolean type. So let's try doing something with the range. So what I can do here, firstly I will have to import a library that is random. So I'll just say import random, nothing else, everything in lowercase, and you're all set. Now I want to print out random, it's the library I imported, dot rand int. So what is randint? Randint is random integer. So I'll open and close parentheses, and I'll have to give 2 arguments in here. So the 2 arguments will be the starting point and the ending point. So let's say if I have given starting point at 0 and ending point at 6, so all the values from 0 to 6 will come, but this random will generate a random integer between 0 and 6, including 0 and 6. So the values here will be what's the difference between randint and range? Now remember we have the range in the examples of 6. Now by default the range starts from 0, means it was like that, but you can also do it like this. So from 0 to 6, so it was from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, means up to 6 and not including 6. So difference was 0. So that's the only difference, that it includes all the numbers coming between 0 to 6, and range consists of only 0 to 5. Now we can't print a range without a loop, or I can make a loop and show you the difference, but you need not to get confused because we haven't discussed any of it yet. But to check this you have to perform a different function. So let's try running it. Now the first value was a random number between 0 to 6, that was 3, and after that it printed out everything between 0 up to 6 and not including 6, which means up till 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let me show you all the values in, and if I try running it, it's a never-ending loop, means it will continuously go on. I will have to kill the terminal to show you the response. So see, it's never ending. So let me just close it. Now you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this includes all the items from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So that's all for the range. I will just kill this for once. We have a lot of modules for strings, so I'm thinking to discuss more about strings in the next video. So for now I'll discuss some basic things with you about strings. So what we can do here is, let's declare a string, and let's say I wanted to give some line breaks, so I can say So let's say I wanted to give a line break between my name is blah 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 and I study in blah 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 university. So I can just do that by a backslash and n. Now if I print out this a through F5, you'll see that I've got my name is blah 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 and there's a line breaker and I've got I study in blah 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 university. Now there's one more way to do it. Now if you don't want to use this backslash n, you can just add two double inverted commas here and two double inverted commas here. Now if I make it to next line and try running it, it's the same result. So that's all for this video. Now it's time for some mini challenge. So what I want you guys to do is to write a code which declares a string hello world. So the value of the string should be hello world, and I want you guys to print out the first letter, that is hello, in the string. So this may require some prior research, but as I mentioned earlier, research is a part of being a coder. So go on and I'll see you guys after the challenge. Okay, so I hope you guys were able to figure out the challenge. So in order to print out the first letter of the string, you just need to do the following. So firstly, I'll declare a string a is equal to hello world, and if I wanted to print out the first 5 letters, I can do the following. Print a, open and close braces, and I can say from the index 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 0 up till 5, so that 5 will be up till here, but it will print out the things up till 5 and not including 5. So let's try running it. So it printed out hello. So there are more than one ways to do this. So instead of putting the 0, we can just do this. So this means that the number will go from 0 till 5. So the default value is 0. Now if we try running it, it's same hello. We can also do one thing, that we can go from the -1. So this is the -1, this is -2, this is -3, this is -4, this is -5, this is -6. It says hello. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you like it. Dislike if you didn't. Make sure to subscribe the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.